Welcome back, everybody. It is your boy Dragothian here, and today we have some less battle-intensive action for you. We have got Spring Festival stuff. We've got puzzles. We've got recharge events. We've got all kinds of PvE stuff to go over. So it's been a few days since I've been able to get back into the normal swing of giving you normal content, normal guides, things like that, and I'm looking to get back into it. We're starting to finally iron out some of the K16 stuff that's been happening over the last few days. I'm really excited to see which direction the server goes into, and really looking forward to being a big part of that and helping out in every way that I can, and certainly every way that we can as a whole. But this video is going to be dedicated to going over the plethora, the absolute bonanza of events that we've got going on. And I tell you, they went from having 2 or 3 different cards here to having about 10. They went all out. I know a lot of this probably has to do with the fact that the Spring Festival was pushed back because of the Apple Developers Conference. That being said, I do want to give you all some insight into the new stuff that we've got going on. I know I touched on it briefly on my last live stream, but this is some things that I really think everybody should be taking advantage of, because really there's something for everybody. I know that a lot of the goodies, the really nice goodies, are for people who are putting money into the game, especially when it comes to the legendary sculptures that we'll go through on some of the Spring Festival items. But there's some free-to-play stuff in here too. There's the puzzle thing looks pretty interesting, where you can get some gold keys. But we're going to go over each one of these things individually. Let's get started first with the Springtime Jubilee packs. So this is what most of us have been waiting for, to see if it's going to be worth it to get some of these packs. I have already done the $5, $10, and $20 versions of these. Next one's going to be $50, and then obviously $100 after that. And so far, just looking at these rewards, right, the universal speed ups are definitely worth it. The gems are always going to be the same as far as what you get at each tier, but the speed ups are massive, and I always like when I see these. So with the regular packs, the regular super value bundles, you get a set amount of each resource, and depending on which version you get, it could be worthwhile, it could be not so worthwhile. And with these types of bundles, I absolutely love them, because you can pick what you need. For instance, if you're trying to rush to T5, or if you're trying to rush for specific high-level research tech, you may need food over stone, or you may need wood over gold, or vice versa. This allows you to really pick and choose what you need, how you need it, how much of it you need, and really just customize your usage of the resources. I really like that, and these are some really good ones, especially as you start getting up. I will go through the ones that I already have bought. I will say that I probably don't have the mails for them on this device, because I've done all of the purchases on my iPad, but I'll do my best to see if I can find it. If not, then I'll go over it on my next one when I go over the $100 one for you. So with that in mind, the thing that you really want to look at here, if you are purchasing these, are going to be the flower petals and the leaves. So these guys right here and these guys right here. Now the reason I say that, if you go to the, let's see which one it is, if I can find it, here you go, the Sunny Breeze event. So when you're looking at these rewards, anytime you see legendary things, it's always nice. The permanent skin, we'll go over that in a second too, but I'm not too interested in that, and I'm glad that I'm not, because it's fairly expensive. 200 leaves and 200 petal, or 100 petals, is quite a bit. Gold keys are always nice, and you can really farm gold keys for the most part and pick all those up through killing barbs, killing forts, gathering your resources inside of your city, that kind of thing. And then speed ups are always good too, and it looks like there's no limit to how many 1 hour speed ups you can get. Now there is a limit based off of how many petals you can get, so there's a trade-off there. But the reason I say the petals are what's important, anytime, and I've said this on videos in the past, anytime you can get legendary sculptures, you gotta go for them. If you have a little bit of money to put into the game, Gems are always a good deal to get via the gem supply and things like that, the growth fund. But if you're past all that and you're starting to get towards maxing out your characters and getting a high level city and all those things, you want to be finding legendary sculptures wherever you can, because that's what's going to give you the most bang for your buck when you're talking about leveling up and being able to be effective on the field. So again, assuming that's what most of us are kind of trying to go for when it comes to battling an Ark of Osiris and skirmishing with your friends, and then also going to KVK coming up in a month or two or whenever, we need to have as many legendary sculptures as possible. So this event is giving us an opportunity to do that. And those bundles are going to give us a really good opportunity to get these legendary sculptures. Now, I think you can only get a max of 30, which is a good deal. And if you look at, see if I can find the actual event again. I think it's this one here, Tree of Fellowship. So if I was in my VIP shop, and you need to be VIP 13 to even get access to it, it's 2,000 gems for one sculpture. If you noticed before, it said it's 10 petals to get one sculpture. And of course the leaves, but you get the leaves by doing stuff. You're going to get that anyway. It's the petals that are the rare resource here. Well, if you notice here, you get a petal every time you fertilize with gems with 100 gems. So again, doing the math, that's 1,000 gems basically for each legendary sculpture, which is half off of already 60% off in the VIP shop. So this is a great deal. If you've got some extra gems to spend, if you've been saving up, this is what I would put them into, unless again you're really trying to really focus on speed ups for T5 research and things like that, or big research is coming down the pipe like combined arms and medical core and things like that. A really good way to maximize some power for yourself on the battlefield, get your commanders leveled up. Just to give you some insight, I mean, the last 4 levels of a legendary commander alone are over 200 sculptures is what you would need. So every bit that you can get, this 30 here would go a long way towards getting you those commanders maxed out. And legendary commanders are very much more effective than an epic commander 9 times out of 10, unless his name starts with an E and ends with Sid. So that being said, I'm going to make sure during this event, whenever I've got the spare time, because I've gotten very busy lately, obviously, I'm going to make sure that I get all these legendary sculptures so that I can put them straight into my commanders and make sure that I'm maximizing those guys so we can be ready for KVK. So again, let's kind of go through these and just show you what you've got going on and what we need to be doing. Again, when these events usually happen in the past, I'm already at 70, 80 out of 100 because I'm plugging away at them, and I spend a decent amount of time in the game throughout the day. It's been hectic lately, so my time going into this has been very much limited. I've been diverted to other things. So the first day I've gotten pretty much taken care of. Obviously, daily business, you need to wait the full 5 days to get that. Day 2 is step by step. That's action point consumption. This will happen by itself as you're doing the next ones. So you've got defeat barbarians, which I'm way behind on. I need to kill 300 to get the full complement of this. And really the main thing you're looking at with this one is the XP tomes. Anytime you can get gold XP tomes, you should do it, especially if it's not costing you anything. The third one is ready to attack. That's troop power. That's going to, again, happen naturally. Looks like just basically the next time I have a training complete, I'll get this last one as well. Again, XP tomes right there, that's 50,000. And 18 hours of speed ups is certainly nothing to sneeze at as well. All right, day 3. So this was yesterday. Barbarian invasion. I've already been starting to do some of these forts. Again, forts are really a good thing to do right now because they go for this. They go for the new event that just popped out today with the puzzles, which we'll go over. And also, it just gives you XP. And again, XP going into commanders to get those to level 50 to 60 are really necessary for you to be more effective on the battlefield, which is, again, I think what most of us are trying to do, whether they're killing barbarians, whether they're killing forts, or whether they're getting ready for KVK. Arc, whatever that is, you want to have XP at your fingertips so that you can improve your commanders. And again, these are pretty good rewards. You get a gold key for every time you go up a tier, lots of speed ups, and leaves, which again are really important in this event. Help your allies. I always like nail these because again, I'm on and open a decent chunk of the day, so I almost always am #1 on my alliance list on helps because I'm always just smashing the help button throughout the day. So that'll happen by itself. Same thing with donations. I always spam the donation button and this will happen by itself. But these are all good rewards. Tons of speed ups. Again, leaves are really good. Silver keys are hot garbage, but again, you know, it's free stuff, so you can't complain. Or at least nobody will listen if you do. All right, tiles and bricks. Building power. Again, I've got everything maxed except for my resource buildings, so I'm going to have to really utilize my higher level resource building production speed up to get these. I'll probably just have to speed up a gold mine or something, and I'll get this. But again, the whole point of doing all these, right, is to ultimately get to open that chest at the end. And I believe if they're the same as all the other ones, you'll get however many points out of 100 that you achieve at the end of the event in epic sculptures, which is definitely helpful to max out your epic commander's skills. But also there's some other, you know, just goodies. You get your XP, there's probably some speed ups, maybe a gold key or 3, you know, things like that. It's not going to be anything crazy, but it's worth it. And again, these are things that you should pretty much be doing every day. You should be doing some barb forts every day to get some XP for your commanders, the books, the tomes. And also just, again, to burn some action points. Action points are kind of a thing. Those are a resource that you need to be using daily. Same thing with killing barbs. You should be doing those daily. You should be doing some AoE farming, that kind of thing. Speed ups and resources and, again, XP. Those are all things that you need. These just unlocked a couple hours ago. This is day 4. Sprint for the win. That says use 100 minutes of speed up items. Again, I can do that in a matter of a few seconds by maybe speeding up 1 set of troops, which would actually knock out 2 full columns of 2 different days. So that would give me probably another 10 right there. Purchase 20 items at the courier shop. Again, this should happen automatically. You should be purchasing at least 5 to 10 items out of the courier shop every single refresh, which you get 2 to 4 times a day if you play regularly. And again, accumulate strength. Again, just training troops. This will coincide with some of the other things that we're already doing. So these are synergistic. You can do one thing and it knocks out quite a bit on this chest. This should not be too hard to achieve. And it looks like, just based off the different events that we're seeing throughout this week, they follow the same trend. I'm pretty sure the last day is going to have something to do with the same thing that the Thanksgiving event had, and the Valentine's Day thing had, and the New Year's event and Christmas event. They're all the same. It's just rehashed, retagged, reskinned, and redo it because you get good rewards. So easy things to do and not really too time intensive. I think you just need to focus on some things as we get towards the end to complete them. But everything else, like again, I've done 44 out of 100 and I haven't even hardly looked at it, to be honest with you. I've been doing so many other things with work and with the game that I just haven't had time to focus on it. But very important to do. Tree of Fellowship. This is a guild event or an alliance event. This is an event that you all contribute into. And when you click the contributions tab, I'm number 4. Aaron's 717, because I'm sure he's been pumping gems in there to get those sculptures that I was just talking about. Ronnie doing the same thing, I'm sure. Arrow's doing very well, and I think he's pretty much free to play. So again, this is an event that you can participate in, free to play or not, and get some good stuff out of it. I mean, you go back, these rewards here are pretty average at best. There's some good speed ups in there for sure, especially at level 12. 5 silver keys and 1,500 gems is nothing that I'm going to turn down, but it's not the if you put the 7,000 gems into this reward tree, you're going to get some absolutely crazy uber rewards. I think the reason they didn't is because you're kind of getting it in the other event, right? You're getting it in the Sunny Breeze event. You're getting those things from the flower petals in the sculptures. And if you think about it, you put 7,000 gems into those other events and you were getting 20 to 25 sculptures. I think you're getting more for your money doing it this way. because you're not going to need to put 7,000 gems to get, what is it? Well, I guess it is about that, right? So if you do it 30 times, and if you get absolutely no other petals, which you do, 10 times 30, that's 3,000. So 30,000. Yeah. So I think that both ways will work. I think at the end of the day, you do get some petals regardless of if you buy them through the shop or not. So just keep your eyes on that. I think at the end of the day, though, you have to do these if you've got the gems. This is a really good way to get the sculptures. Okay. And let's put some of these in here just so I can say I'm contributing a little bit more, right? I can't be fourth. That's not where I like to be. Let's see where I'm at now. I'm still fourth. All right, Ronnie, you know what? I need 20, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. I'm now third, and I'm way above it. Okay, well, there we go. I need those petals anyway. So there we go. There's some stuff there. And again, we've got enough for another one. So let's go ahead and grab it. I'm going to get off the rest of the 15. I promise you that. I will be getting and saving up all those leaves specifically for that. Then I'm going to move on to the gold keys. And then I'm going to move on to the speed ups. Now, let's talk about the skin. So the skin is Spring Blossoms, and you can get a 7-day version for an inexpensive amount of leaves, or you can get the permanent version for double the amount of leaves and 100 petals. I'm not a huge fan of the skin, and I'll tell you why. So let's go to the skin, right? So over here is the skin. Here are the stats: +5 cav health and -5 infantry health. First off, I'm not a cav civilization. I'm not a cav specialized commander guy. I'm infantry first, cav second, archer second A or B, or third if you want to call it that. But I think at the end of the day, my main focus has and always will be, for the most part, infantry. So with that in mind, this is an instant decrease. This is basically me getting a debuff, which I'm intimately familiar with in recent history. So I don't want to repeat that and have it without anybody actually being mad at me. So I'm not going to get this because it's going to negatively affect me in a big way. Also, cav health is not really the stat that you want for your cavalry. You want cavalry attack. Cavalry defense would even be better than cav health, but cavalry are meant for damage. Like, you want to have mobile damage on the battlefield. Very few combinations of cavalry commanders will give you a tanky cavalry group, right? If you've got cavalry in full with a Minamoto and double C, or a Pelagius and Minamoto, or whatever combination you're looking for, those are meant to throw out massive nuke damage, be very fast on the battlefield, put out some strong troop damage as well, because cav are meant for attack, and be able to retreat if necessary, especially after you hit 50% with the cavalry talents. So this skin is just not worth it to me. Unless they rebuff cav health, this is a completely worthless skin in my opinion. But it's something different because you've got the cavalry attack one right here, which actually is really good. I had this on the original server I started on, but not on the one that we're on now. So it is what it is. I think I probably would have this one on right now if I had it. Whoop. I'm not driving. I'm not driving. Apple thinks I'm driving. Anyway. So with that in mind, right, again, you just saw me collect those resources, and here's all these pots of dew, which are for that tree we just did, okay? And I also collected some resources. That's always nice as well. Let's claim some of these rewards while we've got them too. Okay, now, let's talk about some other things. Recharge rewards. If you're a free-to-play and you've got a limited amount of money to put into the game, and I get these questions all the time. I've got X number of dollars. How do I best use it? Usually the first response is growth fund. Especially once you hit level 24 for your city hall. It is 30-day gem supply. It is King's Coronation. Those are the biggies that we always recommend because they're the best value. But when recharge rewards come around, this is the best value because not only are you going to get the rewards from those items that we just talked about, but you get these in addition to it for things that you are already going to purchase. So for instance, if you were going to buy that 30-day gem supply, that gives you 2,200 gems for the day. If you do that once, that means you only need to have 300 more gems, and you would get something like this, where it's 200,000 XP, which is huge. You look at the resources, right? Pick 3 level 1. I think those are 500 a pop. So that's 5 million resources of food or wood, if that's what you need. And then some really good sculptures, or some stars. If you go to the second one, 10 legendary commanders, 20 epic commanders, 3 golden keys, and again, a speed up pick one, which I believe is either 3 or 8 hours. I want to say it's 8 hours for level 3. So you can really maximize the money you're putting into the game without having to really feel like you're spamming it. This is something that you want to be strategic about. These generally come around only when there's a seasonal event, like a Valentine's Day, like a spring festival, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, things like that. That's when these recharge events tend to come around, especially considering if you've already done the original one to get Minamoto in the first place. Okay, so this is a really good opportunity for those that are free to play that do have a little bit of cash to put into the game. I would definitely recommend it because if you're going to do it anyway, get some sculptures for your troubles, get some resources for your troubles, certainly get some speed ups for your troubles. And then just to kind of give you, I just got this one today. So it's basically a rehash of the first day, just a little bit more on the star side, I want to say. Yeah. So 3 more of the epic ones. That's a little depressing. But it is the bundled version and the blessed version, so that's a little bit different. 10 legendary commanders again, 40 epic sculptures, 3 golden keys, and 5 level 3 speed ups. And then last one is another 10, so you can get a total of 30, right? Yeah, 30 legendary sculptures here, 30 legendary sculptures on the other event, as well as you got art coming up this weekend, I'm sure, for most of you. So I mean, there's tons of opportunities to get these legendary commanders. You really should take advantage of this because these things don't come around often. I would certainly make sure to invest some of your time in getting this stuff. Okay, so let me take a look at some other things just to make sure that we went over all of it. I'm sure I'm missing at least one of these things, but let's just quickly go through. Oh, the puzzle event. And we've got Kerouac, by the way. Looking forward to that coming up. So let's go to the puzzle, okay? We're 4 away, and if you look at the rank rewards, people are starting to do these. And I've seen a couple folks in Kingdom Chat say that they're in the 120s, which is really cool. There's Loki Chi, did it at 145. It's pretty neat. Mr. Trung with 123. That's crazy. So that's the first puzzle. Nobody's on the second, and obviously nobody's on the third just yet. But this is starting to get completed. I'm 4 away, and again, I haven't really farmed much for it. Oh, Ronnie, that is bad. 4 minutes. Step up your game, brother. Okay, so picking up the pieces. This is how you get these pieces. You need to get them after giving Alliance help, which again I do all the time. Puzzle pieces for barb forts. If you're spamming barb forts, you should certainly be able to do that. And then courier station purchases. If you're buying stuff from the courier, you should be getting things like that too. So that's where we get our 31 at. I can get 10 more from, that's pretty cool actually. That tells you how many you can get per setup. I can get 10 more from the giving Alliance help. I can get 6 more for the barb forts, and I can get 13 more from the courier stations. That's really neat. I can tell exactly where I need to go get my stuff, so I'm not sitting there spamming barb forts whenever I've already run out of points to get that, and I should be putting my effort somewhere else. So pretty neat. But I think the way it works, and we'll probably do a video on this tomorrow whenever I actually have the pieces, is I will have to complete the puzzle. So they'll have I'm sure they'll have some kind of a pack here on the side, and you'll have to put together the puzzle in a certain amount of time, and as you put that together, this will be the rewards. So 100,000 of each resource roughly for anything over 4 minutes, which is what Ronnie got. 230 will get you some nice speed ups, 2 hours of each for a total of 6. And anything under 1 minute 40 seconds will get you 200 gems and 1 gold key, which is actually pretty nice. And you get to do this 3 times. So I don't know if those escalate. Let's see if they do. Doesn't look like they do for those. However, this really nice big chest means that there's probably a really good. Okay, so this is the static object. This is how you get the static object. So this is the flower arch. This is similar to the lion from the New Year's event that you get. That was the Chinese themed New Year's. This is the same as the Christmas trees, the turkey, and the I don't even know what to call it, but the Valentine's Day thing that had all the hearts on it. That was that one. So this is the static piece that you can have as a statue in your city to highlight that you've completed the event for the Spring Festival, which is pretty neat. I think at the end of the day, though, my most important task in this event is to get as many legendary sculptures and max those out as possible. I will be maxing out the recharge event. I will definitely be getting as many petals as I can get to get all those sculptures as well. I will do the puzzle thing just because I am a nerd. And other than that, I think overall, really, really stacked with getting a lot of stuff done here. I mean, there's so many events and so many pieces. And again, you saw the event calendar, right? It is loaded. It is loaded with stuff. You got the Spring in the Air, Sunny Breeze. The puzzle stuff just came out towards the bottom. We're still doing the 100-step weekly event. And then you've got Kerouac coming out tomorrow, which I will definitely be putting a video up for that. I may even do a little bit of a live stream tomorrow. We never know. Yeah, I think I might do a live stream. I'll think about it. It'll be in the evening if I do it, so just be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, again, I am looking really forward to getting all these things wrapped up, getting all the past events of this last couple weeks, a week or so, wrapped up and moving forward and getting some trust built up, and really looking forward to seeing how this thing plays out. Ark of Osiris is coming up this weekend. I definitely want us to be ready for that. We are undefeated, and we are looking to maintain that going into this weekend so that we can maintain that undefeated streak. With that being said, I think I'm going to wrap the video up here. Hopefully this was helpful for you. I went over some brief things as far as all the different events. If you look up at the... it's reversed. If you look up at the top there where my avatar is, there's a little green thing around it. You get that by buying the $4.99 Spring Jubilee bundle pack. That's what that thing is whenever you look at it, if you haven't bought any of them yet. So once you get that little avatar border thing, which is pretty neat. And it also shows up in Kingdom Chat, which is pretty cool. So with that being said, again, I will actually stop the video now. Again, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate all of your support. I know a lot of you are waiting for that Sun Tzu video. That a lot of you have been asking for it. It is coming this week. I promise you. It is on my to-do list. I'm getting some things together for it. I would like to actually show you content with it. So I don't want to just say, this is what I use, this is the build, have fun. I want to actually show you, and I want to get some of that content together to show you what I mean when I say, this is the setup you use for when you're doing barbs. This is the setup you use when you're doing PvP in the field, okay? All right, so with that being said, again, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate all of you joining me today. And again, look forward to seeing you tomorrow with some of these new things, including Kerouac and all the other little sweet things that we've got going on. Hopefully more progress in the kingdom and certainly more progress in these events. Hope you all enjoy. Cheers, have a good one, and I will see you all later. Take care.